Somalia just discovered oil, a lot of it. Estimates say there's $20 billion worth buried under its soil and sea. Now, two foreign powers are circling like sharks, China and Turkey. But this isn't just about oil. This is about influence, control, and a silent war playing out in Africa's Horn. China versus Turkey, the battle for Somalia's $20 billion oil. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Let's dive in. For decades, Somalia has been synonymous with a series of devastating crises. The world watched as the country was ravaged by seemingly endless war, crippling famine, and the brazen acts of piracy that plagued its coastal waters. These challenges painted a grim picture, overshadowing any potential for progress and stability. The international community struggled to provide aid and support, but the underlying issues remained deeply entrenched. The narrative surrounding Somalia became one of despair and instability, a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and environmental disaster. But beneath that chaos, hidden from view, lies untapped potential, a treasure trove of natural resources waiting to be discovered. Massive oil and gas reserves are believed to stretch across the Gulf of Aden and along the extensive Indian Ocean shelf. This geological promise offers a glimmer of hope for a nation yearning for economic prosperity and a chance to rebuild its future. The sheer scale of these potential reserves could transform Somalia's economic landscape, offering a pathway to stability and development that has long been out of reach. In 2024, after years of speculation and preliminary investigations, advanced seismic surveys finally confirmed what oil companies had long suspected. The data revealed the true extent of Somalia's offshore wealth, providing concrete evidence of the vast hydrocarbon deposits hidden beneath the seabed. These surveys marked a turning point, transforming speculation into a tangible opportunity for economic growth and international investment. The implications of these findings were far-reaching, sparking renewed interest in Somalia's potential and setting the stage for a new chapter in its history. Somalia could be sitting on a gold mine, or rather, an oil well of unprecedented proportions. The potential revenue generated from these resources could dwarf previous economic activity, providing the government with the means to invest in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. This newfound wealth could pave the way for a more stable and prosperous future for the Somali people, offering a chance to break free from the cycle of poverty and conflict that has plagued the nation for so long. The discovery represents a pivotal moment, holding the key to unlocking Somalia's true potential. And that's when Beijing and Ankara, recognizing the strategic importance and economic opportunity, moved in to establish a foothold. These global powers, eager to secure access to Somalia's resources and expand their influence in the region, began forging diplomatic and economic ties with the Somali government. The arrival of Chinese and Turkish delegations signaled a new era of international engagement, with both nations vying for a piece of the pie in Somalia's burgeoning energy sector. Their presence marked a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape, raising questions about the future of Somalia and its role in the global energy market. In the grand theater of global geopolitics, China isn't just making moves, it's meticulously crafting a long-term strategy, a multi-generational game plan designed to reshape the world order. Unlike the West's focus on quarterly earnings and election cycles, China operates on a different timescale, thinking in decades, even centuries. This long-term vision allows them to make strategic investments and forge alliances that may not yield immediate returns, but will pay dividends in the future. They are patient, persistent, and pragmatic, carefully assessing risks and opportunities, always with an eye on the ultimate prize: global influence and leadership. A cornerstone of this strategy is the Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure development project spanning continents. Through this initiative, China has invested hundreds of billions of dollars in African ports, roads, railways, and energy projects. These investments are not merely acts of charity, they are strategic moves designed to secure access to vital resources, expand China's economic influence, and create new markets for Chinese goods. The BRI is reshaping the economic landscape of Africa, creating both opportunities and challenges for the continent. While some see it as a win-win partnership, others worry about debt traps and the potential for Chinese control over critical infrastructure. Take Somalia, for example, a nation strategically located on the Horn of Africa. China offers infrastructure deals promising to build roads, bridges, and ports. They offer tech investment, bringing in Chinese companies to develop Somalia's telecommunications infrastructure. And perhaps most appealing to a nation wary of foreign interference, China promises non-interference in Somalia's internal affairs. This approach contrasts sharply with the West's emphasis on democracy and human rights, which some African leaders view as conditional and intrusive. China's non-interference policy allows them to build relationships with governments regardless of their human rights records, giving them a significant advantage in the competition for influence. But make no mistake, this isn't just about altruism or economic partnership, this is fundamentally about control. China understands the strategic importance of Somalia's location and is leveraging its economic power to gain a foothold in this critical region. By building infrastructure and forging close ties with the Somali government, China is positioning itself to exert influence over the country's future. This influence could have far-reaching consequences for regional stability and global trade. Whoever controls Somalia's oil lanes controls maritime access to the Middle East and East Africa. These sea lanes are vital arteries of global trade, carrying billions of dollars worth of oil and other goods every year. Control over these lanes would give China significant leverage over the economies of the region and the world. As China's economic and military power grows, its ambitions in Somalia and elsewhere in Africa are likely to expand, posing new challenges to the existing world order. The question is, how will the West respond to China's growing influence in Africa, and what will be the long-term consequences for the continent and the world? But Turkey isn't backing down. Despite international pressure and regional complexities, Ankara remains steadfast in its pursuit of its strategic interests. The nation's leadership views the current situation as a critical juncture, a test of its resolve, and a demonstration of its commitment to its allies and partners. This unwavering stance is rooted in a complex interplay of economic, political, and historical factors that shape Turkey's foreign policy objectives. The government is signaling that it will not be deterred from its chosen course of action, regardless of the obstacles it may encounter. This firm position reflects a broader ambition to assert Turkey's role as a key player in the region and beyond, a nation capable of shaping events and influencing outcomes. Since 2011, Ankara has become Somalia's biggest humanitarian donor, and it's been building military bases, training Somali troops, and investing in ports. This multifaceted approach underscores Turkey's commitment to Somalia's long-term stability and development. The humanitarian aid provides crucial support to vulnerable populations, addressing immediate needs and fostering goodwill. The establishment of military bases and the training of Somali troops are aimed at strengthening Somalia's security forces, enabling them to combat terrorism and maintain law and order. Furthermore, the investments in port infrastructure are designed to boost Somalia's economy, facilitating trade and creating employment opportunities. This comprehensive strategy reflects Turkey's vision of a stable, prosperous, and secure Somalia, a valuable partner in the region. The scale of Turkish involvement is a testament to the depth of the relationship between the two countries. In 2024, Somalia granted Turkey exclusive drilling rights in a key offshore block. This landmark agreement marks a significant step in the development of Somalia's natural resources and strengthens the economic ties between the two nations. The granting of exclusive drilling rights underscores the trust and confidence that Somalia places in Turkey's expertise and capabilities. The potential benefits of this agreement are substantial, with the prospect of increased revenue, job creation, and economic growth for Somalia. However, it also raises questions about the long-term implications for regional stability and the potential for resource competition. The agreement is viewed by some as a bold move that could transform Somalia's economic landscape, while others express concerns about the environmental and social impacts of oil exploration. This isn't charity, this is neo-Ottoman influence in action. It's a calculated strategy to expand Turkey's economic and political footprint in a region of strategic importance. This approach is characterized by a combination of soft power initiatives, such as humanitarian aid and cultural exchange programs, and hard power tools, including military cooperation and security assistance. The underlying objective is to cultivate strong relationships with key partners, promote Turkish interests, and project Turkish influence across the region. This strategy is not without its critics, who accuse Turkey of pursuing a neo-colonial agenda and undermining the sovereignty of other nations. However, Turkish officials maintain that their actions are driven by a genuine desire to promote stability, prosperity, and mutual benefit. And now, Turkey controls real estate, religion, and now, oil. This trifecta of influence gives Ankara a powerful lever in shaping Somalia's future. The control of real estate provides Turkey with a foothold in the country's economy and infrastructure. The influence over religion allows Turkey to promote its cultural values and strengthen its ties with the Somali people. And the control of oil provides Turkey with a valuable source of revenue and strategic leverage. This concentration of power raises concerns about the potential for undue influence and the erosion of Somali sovereignty. However, it also presents opportunities for collaboration and mutual benefit, provided that the relationship is based on transparency, accountability, and respect for the interests of both nations. The long-term implications of Turkey's growing influence in Somalia remain to be seen. So what happens when two ambitious powers collide in one fragile state? Behind closed doors, Somali leaders are being courted, pressured, and divided. Oil contracts are the new weapons, and influence is being bought barrel by barrel. The people of Somalia? Many are hopeful, but others fear neo-colonialism in disguise. The stakes couldn't be higher. For China, this could be a strategic win over the West. For Turkey, it's about proving global relevance. And for Somalia, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, or a trap. Oil made the Middle East a geopolitical hotspot. Now it might do the same to East Africa. Who will win this new Cold War? China, Turkey, or will Somalia finally choose itself?